Hi and welcome again, fellow listeners, to the walkthrough of our project culture towards product culture poster. And today we are going to touch value realization. Over to you, Natalja.
Thank you, Johan. So value realization is the topic today. And before we start talking about value realization, how we build the value, it's worth staying for a moment with the word value, because value is perceived differently in product-driven organization versus project-driven organization. In the product-driven organization, value is seen as closely tied to value for the customer, value for the end user, value that this product is creating, often is measured with product metrics. Maybe it's engagement metrics, maybe it's customer satisfaction, maybe it's to see how successfully retention is going upwards. It is about building value for the end user. So product organizations are designed to create, measure, and improve value over time. And working with hypotheses, working with assumptions is taken as one set of working within that, because when you work with product discovery, you constantly test some assumptions and you constantly compare them to that value picture. What is it? Was there really value to the customer that we created? Was that new feature or that new initiative resulting in that end result that we were after? Was that the outcome we wanted to achieve? Yet when we look at the project-driven organizations, where there are very strong project initiatives, where project is driven as a project with a fixed scope, a little bit in a box, then the value is often associated with that project just being completed with the full scope as planned initially. And yet there are assumptions behind the ideas of that project, which always are the case. Those assumptions are not tested during the project, and project is seen as successful when it is fully completed. And if there were assumptions as in that project, if value was assumed and those assumptions were faulty, then it will be discovered only at the end as the project is fully completed. Yet the project will be seen successful because it just is fully done. So that is one way of looking at value, and one way of looking at value realization that is very different in those two types of organizations. Over to you, Johan.
All right, yeah. So if you have those two type of way of looking at it, it implies different way of structuring, different way that is beneficial in your organization. And we want to build a system that promotes and incentivizes a behavior that are more hypothesis driven, as Natalja was talking about. And there are some really good benefits of being good in working with your iterative and incremental design of your structures. So once you start looking at hypotheses and get customer feedbacks all the time, in a good setup, you can also put those into the production very, very early, because you have built all the parts that are necessary for actually gaining those values. So once you put them into production, you have a very early return on investments. And that is economically very beneficial. While in the project, you tend to get that only in the end. So first step going this way is to start working very actively with increment and iterative and slicing projects into value pieces. So you avoid doing the platform part, the middle part, the front end in the end, to always try to have all your bits and pieces to achieve the value in multiple deliveries. That you can do within a very strong project already. So you can keep going, just be good at slicing.